at all before. I'm calling it a shelter rather than a tent, but let's have a look at this. So here it is. And yeah, that was such a pain to put up because it wasn't clear which way round it would go, blah, 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 blah. So first of all, you need 2 walking poles to put this tent up, and I'll start reeling off the stats in a bit, but I only brought 1 pole. Forgot the other pole. Classic. So I fashioned something myself with a broken bit of branch that I found and just cut off kind of the spare branches off of it. So it was already dead wood on the forest floor, and then just made something to kind of hold up the other section. I'm laughing because for those who know this channel, my bushcraft skills are not the best, so please don't laugh, but it works, right? Look, totally standing tent, and there's the kind of the pole that I made. So you do need trekking poles to set up this tent. It weighs about 1.8 kilograms. It has a 3,000 millimeter hydrostatic head. 1.8 is quite heavy, to be honest. As it doesn't have poles, I thought it would be a lot lighter than that. But one thing I've noticed with this tent is that it's quite robust. So it has really thick, chunky stakes that I've not seen before. 13 stakes and quite chunky, as mentioned. Some useful, bright coloured pulls on the pegs, so you're not going to lose them. So I kind of feel, but yeah, these don't appear to be taped. Also, not so good, it's got a rip in it there. So, and that goes straight through to the mesh inner, which I'll mention in a second. So, not good, White Hills. Don't be sending tents with faults, because then I'm going to tell everyone about it. The canopy there is just held up on each corner with 2. I've used the guy lines that came with it just to pitch them up. The material is a 210T ripstop polyester fabric on the roof and ground sheet. And I mentioned the 3,000 millimeter hydrostatic head. I don't know if that means, if the 210 relates to denier, the thickness really of the material. That would make sense. It sounds a lot, but it does feel quite robust, and then that's probably why it's so heavy as well. And it's a 3-season shelter. It comes with 5 guy lines, and if I just show you it in terms of the dimensions, yeah, so there it is. I've put the thermarest in there just to give you an idea. That's the extra long version, 196 centimeters in length. So the tent mentions about 210 centimeters in length inside. Now, to me, it doesn't look that long. I'm a taller guy, so. But I would really like to spend the night in this tent just to see how it fares. It's got this mesh thing, which is quite cool, so it's bug proof. There's the slit, so I need to do something about that if I'm going to stay in it. And some ventilation at the back there. So there's plenty of ventilation. I quite like the canopy idea because you could sit here and cook your food. There's plenty of room in there for me to lie down. I can actually lie diagonally and it works pretty well. I would be concerned about just the seam ceiling, which I've done that before with the Lanchen tents, and it's hard work, man. So yeah, bearing that in mind if you're considering this tent. It costs about $105, so whatever the equivalent of that is in pounds, probably £70, and that would be shipped from China. So there'd be extra taxes and things on that, so something else to bear in mind. To be honest, I think with all of those things, I think there are other shelters that you can get in the UK which are probably going to perform a little bit better, and that you don't need to seam seal, so I'm not sure if this is something I would necessarily buy. However, it is a cool design. I like the originality of it, and I do really want to take this out and just give it a test. Have a sleep in the woods and just see how it fares, really. Just worth noting, it's got 4 like kind of little pockets, so 2 at the back, 1 in the corner there, and also you can roll up the mesh door as I've done here, so you can have the whole front section open. So ample space inside for 1 person, plenty of gear storage, and the bug nets are quite a useful feature really, so you can get the kind of light into the tent and keep it nice and open and stop the insects coming in. Right guys, I've left nothing behind, leave no trace. So yeah, that was really good. Just good to get out, have a look at a new shelter. Hopefully that was helpful. Thanks so much for watching. With hindsight, I'm not going to take this tent out, to be honest. I'd rather just take a tarp out and just kind of simplify it if I'm going to stay like around here somewhere in the forest. It was just a lot of faff to put up. It would be quicker now that I've kind of put it up, but yeah, honestly I can't see myself, and obviously the repairs with the damage section, I'd have to do that first, so I can't see myself taking this out next time. So what are your thoughts on camouflage tents, or even tents that use trekking poles to set them up? I'd love to know. I think that was kind of what I was trying to get out of this, and going full circle to my original point at the start of the video. Do you think they're good to use? I know that some of the red Hillebergs and just red tents in general look cool on YouTube and taking photos and stuff, so that's quite a cool thing. But I think for me personally, I'd probably always stick with like a green tent. I'm not a massive fan of the camo. Anyway, subscribe if you're new, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.